What is going on, everyone? Now, before we begin, I know, yes, I'm an airsoft and anime YouTuber, but that has not stopped me from talking about something I, as a Californian, can't believe I'm actually seeing in my lifetime. I can't believe it, and I'm so happy that it's happening. Now, for the reason of my excitement is this. First off, preface, I come from real guns. I grew up shooting real guns, then going to airsoft. And I love shooting guns. It's fun. And I see the practical usage for them. And it kind of bugs me when, misinformed people talk as if they're experts on it. And I'm no expert myself, but I like to consider myself well versed in this certain topic. So, today on June 4th, 2021, at the time of this video, the the federal court in San Diego basically overturned 30 years of gun laws in California. Now, what does that mean? So, if we look at the actual order, it shows here that the California Penal Code 3051 515 1 through 8, defining an assault weapon, deeming certain assault weapons a public nuisance, regulating assault weapons obtained by bequest or inheritance, restriction on importation of assault weapons by new residents, restricting the use of registered assault weapons, and prohibiting possession of assault weapons by minors, and the penalty provisions as applied to assault weapons defined in the code, yada yada, are hereby declared unconstitutional and shall be enjoined. Now, what does this mean for Californians? This means we get to be normal Americans again. This is great news. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the 30-mile radius are now going to try and, skewer me on their pitchfork or dildo or whatever. You know what? Come at me. There's a lot that I want to talk about when it comes to this sort of stuff, but just for the sake of putting this video out and sharing this awesome news with you guys, it's awesome. This is the best thing that has happened to, in terms of gun rights in a long time. And to think it happened in California of all places is amazing. Now, people are probably going to look at me, especially in my own state, as a insane psychopath and probably going to get a knock on the door by ATF very soon. But honestly, this is really, really cool. That means that we get to have our rights, just in general. We don't have to listen to California anymore, and we finally get the rights that that other Americans get. And it shows that, first off, that California is not above the rest of the union. They have to follow the rules like everyone else. And it's a great step in the right direction. This doesn't mean automatically overnight that we get to have our regular ARs again. Not yet. We have to keep pushing for this, and we have to just keep this in motion. Hey guys, so I'm currently pausing this while I'm mid editing, and there's a couple of things I actually missed out in my excitement. So it turns out that the news have already picked up on the announcement of the overturning or overthrowing, and a couple of thoughts that I just want to quickly give on this, and also some other news and context about this. So this is just the first step. The federal judge was nice enough to California to give them a 30-day window to appeal the process. And of course, California, being California, is going to try and appeal this. However, the one thing that they are obviously not understanding is, well, first off, today is Marvin Heemeyer Day, so happy Killdozer, everyone. And second, Gavin Newsom, for those who aren't that interested in state politics, is actually under a lot of fire. A lot of people are trying to recall him as we speak for being just a awful governor, and rightfully so. Just a lot of people's opinions and some of my personal opinions. However, the fact of the matter is that this is a right step. This is a step in the right direction when it comes to gun rights all over America, and that one party can try and take away our fundamental rights for owning firearms. And that applies more than just a AR-15. It can apply to any other rifle. Now, that said, the federal judge who did this is a bit of a badass. So props to him, and also just yeah, this is great news. So back to the video. All of these laws that California placed are not being followed by criminals. These are being followed by law-abiding citizens, and for the longest time, California doesn't realize that they're taking away a lot of people's rights to defend their homes without much issue. And it's really cool seeing that they're finally getting rid of all of this stuff. Now, granted, California is still a very powerful state, and they're probably going to try and appeal this or wrap it in red tape. But more than likely, because they're challenging the federal government, it's more than likely not going to work out very well. And it's just, wow, this is really, really good news. And honestly, it kind of affects, it affects a lot about what's going to happen for the future of California, and just the right to bear arms. This is really good news, and I can't stress that enough. I probably sound like a crazy guy on repeat, but that's basically what my mind is going through right now. It took me an entire day to process this. This is like, wow. Because, and I should preface that, for as long as I've been in California, it's basically been practically impossible to get firearms, at least that look halfway normal and that aren't impractical or unergonomic or, jumping through all these hoops. And it's finally liberating just to finally get the same experience that other Americans get for once. Now, whether this gets shot down by California, which I doubt because it's deemed unconstitutional, we don't know. But keep showing this stuff to everyone. I will be leaving a link to the legal document in the description down below. This is really exciting news, and I just thought I'd quickly parrot this before I head out and continue doing more reviews. So with that out of the way, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.